I'm George Poveromo, host of George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing. Of all the forms of fishing that I do, I love offshore trolling. I grew up doing that, and to this very day, I get so terribly excited when a big game fish enters my trolling spread. So excited, it's hard for me to even talk about it. And there are certain tricks of the trade that every troller should know to increase their harvest when they hit the deep blue ocean. Number one, when you troll. When you put anywhere from 4 to 6 trolling baits behind the boat, you want to do it in like an organized fashion. You want to envision the baits that you're dragging to be bait fish that have been displaced by feeding game fish. Game fish come up and all of a sudden they're staggered out. Never run the two baits side by side, even if one's off of one outrigger and the other bait's off the other outrigger. Stagger them. In other words, have one lead fish that might be 15, 20 to maybe 80 feet ahead of the second fish in position, and then from there stagger the farther baits. So rather than have them side by side all the way back, make it look like bait fish that are panicked and scattered and trying to get away from a predator fish. Also on the troll, people think you're out there in a big wide open ocean. All you do is you put the baits out and you troll around and you hope for a fish. It's a thinking person's game. You need to concentrate a lot on deep offshore structure, whether they are humps, bottom depressions, any kind of shells, even if they're out 1,200 feet of water. When the currents strike these underwater obstructions, it creates a lot of nutrient upwellings, which attract a wide variety of bait fish, which in turn attract the game fish themselves. So concentrate on bottom structure. Then also what I like to lump in the category of structure are items that I see on the water surface. Weed lines, for example, is a prime target, as well as floating debris. All this has the potential to attract bait. And once bait thrives in all this flotsam, the game fish will frequent weed lines, they'll frequent all the pieces of debris that you see out there for one main reason, and that's to feed on the bait fish. Finally, when you do hook up, I see so many people make the big mistake. They hook up, the bait goes down, they automatically put the boat into neutral to fight the fish. Worst thing you could do, when you hook up to a fish, keep the boat moving in the same direction at the very same trolling speed for at least 30 seconds. It's going to do two things. Number one, it's going to help take the stretch out of your monofilament fishing line and ensure a positive hook set. Secondly, if there's a second or third fish in that spread coming up on those baits, it keeps the other baits in play looking like they're running away. This is how you get your double and oftentimes triple headers. So trolling is really a thinking person's game. You want to make sure your bait spread is looking 100% perfect and like scared bait fish. You want to concentrate on structure, both bottom and at the surface. And when you hook up, make sure you keep that boat going for 30 seconds to get the very most out of it. You practice that every time that you go offshore trolling, I will guarantee you at the end of the season, you'll find that you put more fish in your boat because of it.